Amogus. Also, the answer in Discord listed day 1 twice. No, that would be a typo on my end. That's supposed to say day 2. But hello there, Fenrir. It's like I accidentally typed 1 instead of 2. And there is a Pikmin. Alright, everyone, and with that countdown done and over with, hello, everyone! It is I, Realm Wars, a PNG tuber, predominantly does artwork, and welcome to day 2 of the Lore-a-thon. Oh, look, I have my follower goals already right in front of me.
How convenient.
Yeah, how convenient, because, one thing that I am hoping to is eventually get to the 200 follower goal, so perhaps when we get there, one of you lucky viewers will end up being entered into a raffle where you can get a free drawing request from me of having Kamiko fighting whoever it is that you want. That is going to be our first goal. But for now, we are actually going to be continuing the piece that I was working on last time when we were busy talking about Kamiko and his character. Because I knew I wasn't going to get that image done in one stream completely, but I feel like with how much progress we did end up getting done on that, I'm very confident that by the end of the stream, it is going to be finished. And then, if we do have some time left at the end of the, if we do have some time left during the stream and we end up finishing that, then I can actually just go right towards working on the character that's going to be presented tomorrow. Because I think that would be a rather fun thing for us to do. You know, get some early work done on there. Perhaps even get that one done when tomorrow arrives. I think that would be pretty nifty. Now, before we actually move on to that, let me actually change the playlist. There we go. Alright, so now, to go back to working on this, and, you know, just in case you probably forgot what the schedule was, if you didn't see on Twitter or the Discord, it is right there, so if you would like to refresh yourself with that, you are more than welcome to do so. Basically, all I gotta do now is I just gotta do some work on the background, get that looking a bit more nice, pretty, and detailed, and then, yeah, the image itself should be overall completed. But before I also start working on this, alright, so I'm just gonna have that pinned in. You better keep it forever in the. There we go. So yeah, if at any point you have any questions about my OC, story, or lore, feel free to ask and I will answer within reason. Obviously, there's going to be some things that I won't be able to share just because I don't want to go into too much detail on things that I'd like to keep on the down low for a while. But if it is within reason, I will 100% be willing to, I'll be 100% willing to answer those things. But for now, it's time to have Kamiko be on edge. Quite literally. He's hanging on to the other side.
Hopefully it's not the edge of just edging off.
He's what you get when the stars collide. Okay. So let's see here. And I actually want to get his reference sheet up as well. Not so much to do anything else with him, but in case like I do start talking about some things involving him, where showing the reference sheet would be really good to showcase those kind of things. Like I know, for instance, so I mentioned during the last stream, like the little like glass crystals that are on his hands and whatnot that are used to also some of that basically used to Super Sentai the armor on him, you know, when he does this, when he slams his fist together. They also serve another function as well, and as you see here, like if he sends a bit of magic into them, he can actually project a shield for them, which can be used to block and deflect attacks. Sometimes depending on the angle, like he can sometimes have the shield like at a different angle, and then say something is coming towards him, and he can basically just like not only block it, but depending on how he's tilting the shield, he can actually deflect it as well. Because, you know, trigonometry. You never expected trigonometry when it comes to magic. But here we are. And you know what? It's the perfect explanation as to why whenever I am in calls with people, I'm just the master of parrying. Hey, because, I mean, just look at the size of that thing. And the best part is, he can do that with 2 hands, so he can have 2 of those shields. The other thing about them, too, is that, they do, in fact, you can, in fact, be used against physical things as well, so he actually can use them to shield bash people. The only issue with making the shield appear at times is that the glass on those gloves can, in fact, break, and if they do break, then the shield won't come out, because, you know, it's broken. Can't use a shield if it's broken. I'm just gonna start working on the inner shadows to give this mountain some volume. And then Kamiko uses earth magic to turn this entire side of the mountain into a wall of spikes. Because you could do that. Earth magic would be crazy. It's like earth bending. Only with magic. Yeah, it's something that we can definitely talk a bit more on once Amara becomes a major talking point during the Lore-a-thon. I believe Amara's going to be a Friday, because I don't think her sheet's going to be all that complicated to get through, because, like, I didn't really have to do too much for that sheet either. Yeah, compared to Thursday, which is definitely going to be a lot more involved, but luckily I have that day off, so I can spend all day on it. Alright. I also did add a couple of extra tracks to this playlist, because I wanted to see if I could find any more tracks that I felt were very suiting to Kamiko's character as well, and I didn't find too many new ones, but there are still some new ones, so they'll be playing eventually. And hopefully I ended up fixing the issue with the one track I had on here that was, like, super quiet for, like, no reason. Okay, just going to... Actually, no, let me fix this a bit more, because I want more of I want like a deeper cut into these. I will, something else I'll also say too about this image in particular. So, this image here actually kind of came from, like, so, like, we all know, like, what happens when anime gets popular. It then also becomes a video game. And I'd like to imagine this could absolutely look for, like, a cool-looking, like, title screen for, like, a Rise to Superior game. Like, you could even see it, like, here. Like, you'd have, like, the logo up here, and then you have, like, press start here, and then just, like, all of, like, the ambience and the scene setting is just all right here, just uninterrupted by any of the text. I think it would go pretty good. I think it would go pretty sick. Part of the reason I also think it would make for a decent, like, countdown intro, because, yeah, it'd be nice and imposing. It's, certainly feel like it would get you ready to engage in the content you're about to see, like, oh, shit's about to get real. That being said, if there ever was a Rise to Superior game, I would absolutely love to have some form of direction in that, because, God forbid, you turn another anime game into an arena fighter. You have too many anime games that get turned into arena fighters. There's more than one genre, guys. Like, more than one video game genre exists for anime to fit in.
No, it doesn't.
God damn it. You have no imagination. Sorry for a little bit. I'm just trying to make sure I get a right feel for this. 'Cause I want I do want this looking like it's actually like cutting deep into the rock. Because having just one layer of shading for this just doesn't make it look like it's full. Although I also think like eventually adding like the light layer will also help too. But for now, I do want to show some depth. Some Johnny depth. Okay, there we go. There we go. This is looking nice. I'm enjoying this. This is Gucci. We're having a good time. So Pikmin, how are you doing today? I don't think I asked you that.
I'm doing fine. I just finished doing my first art drawing.
Ooh, nice. And that goes for the rest of the chat too. How are you guys doing? How are you guys holding up on this Tuesday evening? Or maybe it's morning where you are. We have different time zones. Maybe morning, maybe night.
And for some people, it's a whole day forward.
How is the future? And what are the lottery numbers? What do you mean it doesn't work that way? Of course it does. You're in the future. You know what already happens. Excuse me for one bit. So I just had some stuff caught up in my throat. Just going there. And what happens when you talk for so much is I did a lot of that yesterday, but it's almost like this is a Lore-a-thon. I'm supposed to be explaining things. Just... Okay, so I was wondering what that ringing was. It sounds like it's happening outside. I'm like, what? And it's like, what is that? What is that ringing? Better not be me. It's like, I'm not ready for my hearing to go yet. Because it'd totally be super awkward, like having some guest commentators in your call too when you're just having hearing problems. It's like, Realm, the stream's muted. What? It's like, Realm, you're talking over people again. What? Realm, you're an asshole. What? Something else I will also mention too, because like we did raid into Lilith Plus yesterday, who was doing some Elden Ring with one Soul Kaya. Like we've raided into Kaya before. They're absolutely great bundle of chaos and energy. Absolutely wonderful people. But when they were asking me to they were basically asking me to summarize like the story that I was writing in a nutshell. It's actually really crazy just how quickly Soul Kaya was able to piece together like where like inspirations came from in terms of like my username and the story I was writing. Because fun fact, for those of you who have been interested in knowing where my screen name even comes from, it was actually going to originally be the name of this manga. It wasn't going to be The Rise to Superior. It was actually going to be initially called Realm Wars. The only reason that ended up getting changed is primarily because there was supposedly this really old, obscure PC title that also had that name. In fact, I'll see if I can try to get some screenshots for You know, it's really sad. It's really sad when I can type in Realm Wars, and aside from getting images of the game, I get some of my own art. That's sad. Very sad indeed. Okay. Oh, it looks like it also looks like Realm Wars is also like an expansion of Warhammer. But yeah, this is supposedly a thing. So Realm Wars, Eyes of the Descendants. So when I was informed on that, I'm just like, well, shit. I have to do a name change then. I say as I angrily shake my fist at James Cameron. Why do you get to call your shit Avatar when Avatar The Last Airbender already existed?
Because that has more letters than the movie title I'm going with.
Yeah. And look, there's also my reference sheet. It appeared in the Google search. It's like, man, I can't. It's like when somehow some lowly Twitch user with less than 200 followers has ends up popping up about just as much as your obscure PC game.
Just
It's crazy. Like, honestly, I can't help but find that just to be a little funny. But then, like, yeah, like, when I started, like, trying to figure out, like, a new name and everything and whatnot, I ended up, like, because of, like, some of the numerous amount of changes that were going on that I was doing for the story, I felt like a name change did feel a little appropriate, because, it wasn't just simply focusing on the war between the realms anymore. Now, granted, I'd say it's probably going to be, like, the biggest arc of it, but yeah, after that, it's going to be involving, like, a bunch of other things that include, again, many parts of the multiverse and whatnot. So, I'd say we've gone further beyond the realms. But you know what doesn't end up leaving or changing anytime soon? The Superiors. And it's you know what? I think we got ourselves a thing to do here. And initially, it was just going to be called Superior until I also then figured out that, once again, there was supposedly a character in a comic simply known as Superior. And, you know, how funny it is that we were talking about this during the last lore stream, because apparently it was another cynical take on Superman. Because, hey, what if Superman was actually evil? What if he was a dick? It's like, hey, we have Superman as a dick. His name is General Zod. He's basically what would happen if Superman was a bad guy. But you see, I was stubborn with this one, though, because while it's like, okay, I want to see if I can get some kind of name change going here, but I don't want to change the naming convention. I think this is just far too good to get rid of. And then it's like, you know what? It'll be the rise to superior, because that's exactly what Kamiko's trying to do. He's trying to rise up to eventually become the superior. So, fuck you. I'm keeping this name. You can't stop me. I refuse to go through a third change. I already made the logo and everything. It's even on the Lore-a-thon thing itself. Like when I made the teaser for the Lore-a-thon, like that's the straight up the logo for the manga. That's what I'm sticking with. Gonna get this going. Get some of this rock carvings. There we go. Actually, no, I think that's a little too much. There we go. I think I might go back to this a little bit once I'm done with the shading here, because I'm gonna try to get some of the lighting in here done now. See how that ends up making it look luminosity. I don't think it's too much. Go. Now for the blues. Oh, there we go. There we go. It looks so nice against the textures too. It's great. There we go. See, this is part of the reason why I wanted to get a bit of the shadows coming in here, just to see how much better this would, light up. Might be a bit better over here though, where you know the light source actually is. Oh, hold on, did it? Okay, there we go. There we go. That's what we like to see. Just gonna get a bit more with the shadow layers. The base shadow layer, because I wanna get some more cuts in here. It cuts the rock. Easy to do with supposedly a giant water hose or even a leaf. Actually, hold on. Something I want to... Alright, let's see. I'm liking it. I'm seeing the vision a little. If I did one more, though... Honestly, I don't even think I need to... No, I don't even think I need to put, like, a mode on this. I'm actually kind of liking that. Yeah. Yeah, that's looking neato. I'm just gonna make a couple more cuts into the rock here. No, don't want the water cut. I want the blur brush. There we go. Okay. Maybe also start doing. And I know I should be having like a talking point when it comes to lore here, but I'm also just really trying to get this looking the way I want it to. Yeah, there we go. Let's. There we go. Okay, yeah, this is. Ooh, yeah, there we go. That's something I like. Let me see if I can use like a different bristle too. You know what? I don't hate it, but let's see what happens if I. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't entirely hate it. I think we're good with something here. Alright. Hello there, Ard. Welcome to day 2 of the Lore-a-thon. I do be cooking. And coughing and dying. Don't worry, I'm not sick. I just have stuff backed up. Let's... Alright. So if I can talk a bit about, because I know I mentioned the last stream when it came to like auras and whatnot, when I explained the aura system. So one other thing about people's auras is, well, hold on, if I can actually bring up some aid for me to look at, because that is because and that is because people's aura in the Rise to Superior can actually come in like different colorations, and sometimes that coloration can in fact mean things. If I can just, okay, yeah, there we go. There's the stream. All right, just gonna. Nope. Okay, now that's aura levels. I want aura colors. Okay. Okay, nope. Going a bit too far on there. I think that's it. Okay, yeah, here it is. Okay, so I found it. So... Alright, so... When it comes to aura colors, like, they can come in, like, multitude of different types of colorations. So... Oftentimes, like, the most common thing that you will see when it comes to aura colors is that... sometimes it can depict an individual in the element in which they are strongest in. So, oftentimes, people whose aura is red means that they absolutely specialize in fire magic. People whose aura is yellow tend to specialize in electricity. People whose aura is blue, they can specialize in, they end up specializing in water. And so on, you know? Rather simple, basic stuff. However, there are some instances with people's aura where they can take on different colorations, and what they can actually reveal to some people are some of their strongest characteristics. So, for instance, having a red aura in terms of, like, characteristics can sometimes mean that you specialize in fire. It can also mean that you're headstrong and determined. Having gray aura means that your strongest characteristic is that you are very doubtful. You're very doubtful of yourself. Like, you're not too confident in the things that you do. Gold means that you says that you are a dependable person. Now, black, I wanted to make a bit more interesting because, you know, I didn't want to go with the stereotypical, oh, black mean bad, you evil. No. I don't want to do that because black doesn't always equate to things being evil or malicious. So, in this case, I thought of something that could be a bit more ambiguous to kind of basically make the idea of someone having black aura just not be as, like, one-sided. So, some people with black aura is said that they are people who are very ambitious. Now, whether those ambitions are just or not, that's to be determined. But again, that's part of the reason why I wanted it to be a bit more ambiguous, because, you know, again, I didn't want to just default to the whole black equals evil thing, because I felt that would have been far too typical. And honestly, I think just the idea that someone's aura being black because they're extremely ambitious is a far more interesting angle to go by, because you still don't know where they're going to end up going with that. White basically means that your strongest characteristic is your compassion. Like, you're a very compassionate person. You care a lot for others. You're extremely generous. You're basically the kind of person who would basically just sacrifice everything of yourself to save other people. And I think you guys can probably guess what color Kamiko's aura is with that description, considering what we talked about during the last part. So yes, his Kamiko's aura is in fact white. He is a white aura guy. Green signifies... Now, green can mean that you specialize in earth magic, but it can also mean that you're intelligent. Because, jumping ahead a little bit to when we talk about Amara, because her idea with earth magic is that she feels it is a type of magic that is harshly underestimated, because so many are just like, oh, earth magic just make big rock go up and go boom on things. But no, she actually believes that earth can be one of the most powerful elements, but not for the reason some people may think of it. It's not so much that, oh, big rock go boom, but more so the fact that you control the very earth itself should be something to be feared. Like, it isn't just simply that, you know, oh yeah, I can make a giant rock come into the air, but also just, I could spin the ground underneath you and just have you suddenly go the other direction. Or, oh, you're gonna try to come at me? Wall. It's like, it's an element that is just, that's far more versatile than it gets itself credit for, and those with, like, absolute intelligence within, like, battling, or within, like, battle scenarios, who know how to use it well will make it into a very mighty weapon. But, you know, again, it takes intelligence to know how to do that, and that's a reason why I do have green aura also meaning intelligence. Purple can mean that you are a valiant person, like you are, like you're very valiant, you're very proud, you can be, you're willing to stand up for a lot of things that you believe in. Silver means that you are omnipotent. Basically, like, every single god in the Rise to Superior Universe has silver aura, meaning that they are omnipotent. And then brown aura means that you are a stern individual. Like, you are very serious, you're all about business. You're on business. Nope. Yeah, there we go. You know, this is, you know, with this kind of brush, it almost looks like I'm even making my own kind of rock texture, which is nice. But yeah, I will say though, in terms of like, auras determining like the coloration, the most common that is seen is essentially like what element you're a mastery in. Like that's like the most common reoccurring one that tends to determine a lot of characters like aura color. Like Riona, when we eventually get to her aura color is yellow because she specializes in electricity a lot. Iwakenja, his aura is green because he exclusively uses earth. When we get to Shadow Kamiko, his, actually, hold on, no. I think Shadow Kamiko is actually, different. Let me just look back at my notes. That's why, you know, that's why we have these notes. I think I have him different. Okay, no, I don't. No, I don't. Okay, so yeah, no. So, Shadow Kamiko's aura is red because he specializes in fire. Hold on, I just want to... Okay, I just want to make sure that Twitch wasn't doing some weird things to me, because I was looking back at my own stream just being like, okay, is the stream just not playing? I just had to refresh it. It's like, okay, there we go. Don't scare me like that, Twitch. Yeah, I think I got some. I think I got some nice, decent. I think I got some nice, decent ones here. But let's see what would happen if I. Okay, yeah. You know what? There we go. Yeah, just make some of those. Just make some of the grain go a bit deeper in. Like I said, guys, I have drawn rocks for a long time. So, considering a lot of the Rise of Superior takes place in a cave filled with Durgans, it's like you gotta get good with rocks. Gotta make that shit look good. To also go into a little bit of discussing aura. Oh, actually, hold on. Did I not? Oh, hold on. What layer is that? Is that that is not properly faded.
This is the wrong layer.
Well, it's not the wrong layer. It's just okay. There we go. Found it. It's not so much the wrong layer. I just don't have it blurred correctly.
Yeah.
There we go. But the other thing too, so I mentioned about aura levels during the last part of the stream. So, if I can actually get back to, get back to that now, because hey, I actually want this to be up here now. Because I mentioned, you know, there are like different levels of aura that, depending on the levels of it, will determine like your attunement when it comes to magic. And you can in fact actually train your aura to like make itself stronger, to make itself, you know, to make itself bigger, to raise it higher in levels. And basically, like I mentioned before, aura in the Rise of Superior is basically just like an MP meter. Like, the more aura that you have, the more magic you can cast. And the different variations of levels is that, for one, the lowest aura level that you can have is, of course, you know, low. Like, aura can never be visible, and they're barely just magic users. So, like, that's, like, a lot of, like, typical people and whatnot. Like, in fact, the next character we're going to be working on, Twilight, she has an aura level of low, because she don't use magic, so she's not attuned to it. The next one is medium. You can occasionally see the aura flicking around, and I mean, I guess you could do something. I mean, I guess if you tried hard enough, you could breathe fire. Yeah, you just gotta be determined enough to do that. After that is large. The aura can, if you try to make your aura flare, it can in fact be seen when you do so. And then, yeah, like, there's some great magic potential there. Like, you know, you can probably, like, shoot a lightning bolt. You can, like, turn your hands into ice blades. D is massive. It's very easy to see the aura when flared, and magic potential is extremely high. So, like, you can basically expect this person to do, like, a numerous amount of different things when it comes to, like, their aura level, when it comes to, like, casting different types of magic. And they can go at it for, like, a rather long time. The next level is gigantic. They can go long battles without having to recharge their magic. And then the last one being infinite, and it is exactly as it says, and this is typically being possessed by gods. Now, I will say, Kamiko does not start out with the largest amount of aura, because, you know, he does have to end up having to train it in order to get to being that high. So, like, he does start the series, at the very least, with large amounts of aura. Because when he does tap into it, you can, in fact, see it when he flares it up, and he does, like, do a number of different things in terms of, like, different elements of magic. God damn it, phones. Why didn't you notify me when I had you with me doing laundry? Oh, I'm sorry about that, Crystal, but hey, welcome to day 2 of the Lore-a-thon. So, you know what? It's better late than never. Ooh, honestly, you know what? With like this being like with the Against the Shadows as well, this actually looks really nice. Yeah, I didn't do that yesterday. I have no clue why. So yeah, you missed you basically missed like all of like day 1 of the lore stream then. But that's fine. I'll be uploading the VODs. They'll be going on the YouTube. So you're more than welcome to check those out whenever you'd like to. But yeah, Crystal, I do have pinned at like the very top of the stream that if at any point you have any questions about like OCs, like the story and lore and whatnot, by all means, feel free to ask them. Like you're free to ask whatever it is that you wish to, and I will answer them within reason. Yeah, like one thing that we were actually like I know one like common thing that we were kind of asking about like during the last stream was that since the Rise to Superior has like it is all about like multiverse stuff, the question was asked if there was like any series that I would love for the Rise to Superior to cross over with, what would it be? And the thing is, because the idea is that because those kind of places are like they're different universes and whatnot, Kamiko could 100% travel to any one of them. So, like, literally any kind of, like, crossover idea with a pre-existing series could, in fact, exist. Because all Kamiko would need to do is just get a portal that takes him there. So, Crystal, that does in fact mean that, if it were to ever happen, if it were ever possible, Kamiko could, in fact, go to the world of Sailor Moon. So what were your sources of inspiration for the world and characters of the Rise of Superior? So I will say a big one, The Legend of Spyro. In fact, a big chunk of, like, the magic system in, the Rise of Superior, like, I have taken straight from The Legend of Spyro. In fact, even the Earth Shout, that's taken from A New Beginning. Yeah. Hey, listen, it's as they say. Sometimes you gotta steal from the people that make things work. Because, you know, there's a reason it works. Some other things that I've also taken some inspirations from. So here's the idea that I had with the whole, like, multiversal thing. So, like, I don't think that was so much of an inspiration from anything, but it more so just came from an idea that I thought in my mind that what if the stories that, like, we read about, or, like, the characters and universes we get invested in, those fictional universes, what if they actually existed, but the reason we end up having those ideas is because something in our brains, like, connects to the events of those worlds that want us to tell their stories. So yeah, Pikmin, Xenoblade? No, it's actually real. Those things happened.
Kimiko's just gonna punch Dan in the face like, bitch.
Yeah, yeah, like it's just a man was sleeping one day until he was omnipotently given the story about a man who wielded a not lightsaber and decided to kill God to reject godhood. And said, you know what? I'm right about this. I'm gonna let people know this story happened. And, yeah, I just like to imagine, like, you know, then just making a story where, like, yeah, you just have a guy who can just go to all those kind of different places. And then I also mentioned during the lore stream as well, because the most common comparison I have ever seen when it comes to, like, Kamiko's design, where, the most common reoccurring one that I always get is, he gives me Mega Man vibes, and it's like, you know, you're right that it's a video game reference, you got the wrong one, though. That is because he is actually more so based on, Agent 9 the Space Monkey from Spyro. More specifically, how he looks in the GBA games. Are there any elements of your life and the people that are put into the story as a source of inspiration? I wouldn't say too much of that, really. Like, I'd say the most I would say is that Kamiko did kind of start as, like, a self-insert of my, like, a self-insert. Like, I did, like, write a lot of my personality into Kamiko until eventually I started drastically changing how I wanted his character. Yeah, to the point where, like, he's much more of the good boy that I was describing in the last part. Like, the guy who would just rescue a cat from a tree just because he thinks it's the right thing to do. But other than that, not entirely. I actually get more Dragon Quest vibes from Kamiko's design than, like, old school Final Fantasy. That's a first. Wow, for once, we don't put a quarter in the jar. actually, hold on. I think that's wrong leaf texture. Nope. Let me try leaves 2. Was it leaves 1? Okay, yeah, yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with this. He more specifically reminds me of the protagonist from Dragon Quest 1. Hold on, Cause I was trying to think, cause that's not Erdrick. I don't know if it's Erdrick. No, like I think, cause yeah, he's Dragon Quest 3. Yeah, I can see it just without the horns. Yeah, I could see it as well, too. Like, I was looking at the design and like, yeah, I could totally see that. Okay, now to get back to, listen, we usually tell people to touch grass. Here I am, drawing grass. No, that still doesn't look like it matches with... What's it? Okay, yeah, it was 5. It was 5. It leaves texture 5. Let's get another... Very good. Alright, so now... Not actually make it floof up bits, because it is grass, it sticks up, it's not completely flat. Yeah, and also, you know what, Crystal? That could also mean, if Kamiko wanted to, he could go to the world of medieval. Okay, so his name in the CD drama, his name is Aleph, and is the descendant of Erdrick. Yeah, I can see some of the similarities with the Bloom armor, but a little different. Yeah, oh god, yeah. Imagine Kamiko going to the ant farms. Like, basically, like... because another thing that was also asked, like, all the zombies and ants. Yeah, because, like, something that was also, like, asked about me, because it's, like, what exactly is, like, you know, the power scaling when it comes to the Rise of Superior? And I basically described it like this. Basically, imagine, like, any kind of, like, the craziest kind of world that you can imagine with, like, whatever kind of power scaling that it has. And once you have that in mind, I need you to also consider the fact that Kamiko can adapt to that environment. And now just let that sink in. Yeah, absolutely. It's something that's going to be made a bit more, it's something I'm going to end up making a bit more clear, like, in, like, later portions of the lore stream, including one that's going to be exclusive to, as a Twitch VOD, because if you look at the schedule, there are 2 days where I do have them surrounded by, like, a red box. That means those ones in particular, they're not going to be uploaded as VODs because there's some things that I don't want to make. There's just some things that I don't want to make like too easy access of like information to put out there, but I also want to give like you guys a treat for, you know, consistently coming in as Twitch viewers. So I figure that'd be a nice way to give you some. I figure that'd be a nice way to like treat you. So those are particular going to be discussing about Kamiko's super forms, including like the penultimate state that he ends up being able to obtain like towards the end of the series. That's gonna be a nice little teaser for you guys. I figured I'd have some way to thank you guys for just constantly like coming in, staying tuned. Ooh, there we go. There we go. That's how I like it. Oh yeah, there we go. We're cooking now, guys. We are 100% cooking here. Something Kamiko could 100% do, because he can also use fire magic. Okay, here. Let's go. Might need to just blur a little bit of that cliffside in the foreground. Actually, let me give it a shot. Oh, actually, hold on. That's a shade layer. I'll go back to it a bit later, just to see what kind of touch-up I can do with it. Go. Nope, that's too much. Too much blur. No, too much blur. Too much blur bad. Just gonna add a little more cuts into the flip side here. I think that should be fine. That should be nice. I mean, I can just go in with I can just end up going in with the bristle brush and then just add some tinier cuts into here. Oh, hold on, let me fill that in. There we go. I was like, hold on a minute, something's not right with that. Oh, there's a blank spot in there. Time to change that.
That ain't right.
Boy, that ain't right. Get some inner cuts. Screech. But also, yeah, so Crystal, something I will also let you know is that if you are looking at the side of the stream, that is in fact the schedule there. I do have it on Twitter, I do have it on the Discord, but like if you all ever want a refresher of what I plan to do for each day of the Lore-a-thon, the schedules are right there. You can just have a reminder of yourself, like, okay, so he's gonna be doing those there. I saw. All right, cool. So yeah, just a little refresher, because this is going to be a month-long event. Nothing but art streams. Ooh. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And then, you know what? Then suddenly it's like, you know, oh, it's like, okay, so new Street Fighter game, and suddenly here comes a new challenger. And is that Kamiko? It's like, oh god, he's gonna fight M. Bison and Akuma on the moon. Help! What's something you find yourself struggling with? Feet. You probably heard it numerous times that I've tried to draw characters' reference sheets and getting full body pose. It's just like, okay, time to work on this character's ref sheet. And it's like, oh my god, feet! But like, I guess other than that, like, I guess one of my other things that I can sometimes end up struggling with when it comes to drawing is like, trying to like actually draw buildings with like appropriate details and everything, because like the thing about buildings is that, so you won't be drawing foot fetish art anytime soon. Nope. No, I won't. But yeah, like there are just times where it's like I'm trying to like maybe draw like accurate buildings with like appropriate details and whatnot, and sometimes it can get like really tricky trying to get like the actual like grain and detail that I need in like say maybe wood or something, or just, you know, having maybe pipelines and like outside the house just looking how it should, because you know, like, again, you think like just drawing a house is like, oh, I draw square, I draw triangle, I draw smaller squares on the big square. Look at that, it's a house with a roof, window, and doors. And like, no, it's a lot more involved than that, especially if you want to make like your buildings look more detailed and, you know, look like houses.
Especially if it's from other countries like Japan.
Oh yeah, like Japan have such, they have a lot of like extravagant details when it comes to like their houses and like their buildings. Like just some of the roof tiles alone can sometimes just make you just be like, oh. Okay, now let's start going over this with the bristle brush. There we go. Actually, let me just erase this. I think I can actually make it go along this stuff. There we go. And then Kamiko enters Tekken, and then he's like, "Is that a bear?" Why does the bear know karate?
At least you're not psychic man.
I mean, it certainly can't get any weirder than that, can it? Then suddenly a kangaroo shows up. Never mind, it can. Tekken is a very weird franchise, everyone. No, hold on, I don't want the bristle brush anymore. There you go. I love how crazy fighting games get. Me too. Me too, Ard. I think just to keep myself from needing to make another layer, I think I can just use the luminosity layer here. I mean, yeah, but there are also other crazy series too. That there is. Also, Tekken's lore is so good. Yeah. But you know, again, Kamiko could 100% be in the world of Tekken if you wanted to. Now, obviously, like, for like the main story purposes, you know, of course he's not going to. Of course, there's not going to be instances where like he actually goes to some of these places because there's a thing that exists called copyright, and it's a bitch. But that being said, like I mentioned, those are just things that are just in fact possible to happen. Okay, no, that's not the right rock texture. Nope. I mean, if Gon can get into Tekken, why not? Yeah, exactly. Listen, if Negan from The Walking Dead can get into Tekken, like, that was still one of the most bizarre decisions. It's like, okay, so who do we add as a fighter in Tekken? How about that Negan guy from The Walking Dead? Brilliant! Actually, you know, before, let me actually... Let's see. Actually, yeah, I think I used two textures for this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Very nice cliffside, very nice. Okay, alright. Alright, cool. We can actually start... We can start working on the trees now. Actually, there's something I wanna... Alright, there we go. And I know what I want to do. I know what I'm thinking. I know what I think funkin'. That's not what I'm think funkin'. There we go. Let's see, okay, there we go. Okay. Alright. I'm done thinking it, ain't the funk. So yeah, I think we want to add another layer here. We're gonna put leaf textures on the actual leaves here, because man, I wish I had a grass texture for this, but nope. This is the best I can do with it. Something I'll also mention too, since Crystal, since this is like the first time you are also partaking in the lore stream, I do have like exclusive playlists for like each of the characters that I'm working on. So like these aren't like as big as like the usual playlists that I have for my streams, but how I have them set up is that I try to pick tracks that I think are the most appropriate for each of the characters that I talk about. So yeah, I have the one that you're listening to. This is one I selected for Kamiko because I think these tracks suit him specifically. Then there's I do have ones for like the next characters that are coming up. In fact, the one afterwards, I have her playlist set up. That being Twilight. Let's get another shade layer going. This is what we like to see, guys. We like to see progress. Actually, no, hold on. I still want those highlighted. Luminosity layer going. Yeah, that works. We'll just turn it down just... There we go. Turn down just 10. Actually, no, I don't think there'd be any, I think I do still want them select. Actually, no, I don't think I do. I think, actually, no, let me try. Because I kind of want the shadows to also be a little thicker, too. Don't mind me, guys. I'm in the middle of my experimenting. Because sometimes I get an idea and I'm just like, wait, hold up a minute. Well, what if? Okay, I'm liking it. I do think it's a little too dark. Let's see if, Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I like. That's what I like to see. Alright, now... Now we try hiding the rougher edges here. Just make it look a bit more on the floofy. Yeah, there we. This is how we are liking it. Whew. Nice stretch. Nice big stretch.
Nice.
It's like, let's get that nice stretch. Oh no! I popped it. I'm dead. Just imagine like somebody like actually like pops their back just that hard. It's like, ah! It's like, the rest of the stream is canceled. I'm trying to find my back. It is gone. It has been thrown, and I don't know where it is. Just don't mind me, just doing a little couple of things I want taken care of on the side here. Hey. Very good. Okay, there we go. Alright, just want to now to just go further on the outer rim of this. Make the leafy parts look leafy. Yeah, I think that's something I'm probably going to want to go back into the background a bit later, just so it actually looks like clouds, because this doesn't look too cloudy to me. Like, it just looks, it doesn't give off the effect that I want. So definitely going to be touching up on that. No, that track is still, like, really quiet for some reason. Weird. Yeah, like, because there was another track that I added on here, like, there was another track I added for Kamiko's playlist, and I'm just like, oh, wow, that's, like, really quiet. Like, I know I have, like, the volume down on this, but it's, like, compared to, like, the other music tracks you guys are hearing, like, even at, like... hold on, let me see. Yeah, even at like 6 volume, you could still hear them like relatively well. But then it's like at this, it's like, shh, we don't want to wake up the parents. They're sleeping in the other room. And they may be fucking. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Now it's looking, now the outer rim's looking a bit on the fluffier side. Fluff. We like to see that. Just get the top rim. And I'll also say, like, Crystal, like, if I imagine, like, Kamiko ever goes to, like, the world of Sailor Moon, I'm pretty sure he would also just be that guy who looks up at Tuxedo Mask who's like, my work here is done. You didn't do anything, though. It's like, you didn't do anything, though, didn't I? No! I did everything!
Oh.
Like, I must take my leave. It's like, thank you for the work that you've done here, good sir. It certainly took the load off of my back. Bye. Though, depending on the version of Tuxedo Mask, I'm sure Crystal would be helpful. Oh, there we go. That's perfect. That's great. Let me go a bit more with this though, just to see if I can try to get some of the outer rim looking merged with the texture. Okay, there we go. Oh, very good. No, and you know what would be even funnier, Crystal? Like when Kamiko actually like dons the armor on, he gets like it actually plays out like his own Sailor Moon transformation sequence as he just puts the armor on him. You know, just so he can fit in. I was like, oh, everyone else gets a magical girl transformation. Let me get a magical guy transformation. Which, I will say as well, like, when we do first see him, like, getting into the armor, that actually is, like, a sequence that I do have in mind to, like, show the armor, like, being first put on him, like, you know, for the very first time. Because, like, oh, hey, we're first seeing this in action. He's first getting the armor. This is going to be really cool. So, yeah, he'll end up getting, like, that kind of transformation sequence for that. But, like, for every other, like, substantial, like, instance where he dons the armor on, like, that's just going to be an instance where, like, it doesn't occur, because, you know, it's like, I mean, you've seen him get into the armor once before. We don't need to do it again. There's no need to pad out time that much. Plot twist, they used the transformation music for TM from the DIC club. Like, ah, yes, The Rise to Superior, animated by Geek. It's like, so how many animation errors do you think would actually occur if that happened? Like, they just air it on television, and suddenly it's like, so, you put the lip sync on the wrong character? Fuck, not again. What do you mean, again? How do you keep doing this? Reminder, Tuxedo Mask has a power in the manga that can do fatal damage, and he does have a transformation in the show. It's very short. Yeah, but then localization happened, and they're just like, ha 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 ha, dumb man. Yeah, don't worry, we'll make this lesbian romance we'll make this lesbian romance cousins. That won't be weird or anything. What do you mean we're showing this outside of Alabama? Yeah, they really didn't think that part through. It's like, ah, yes, these characters here, they're actually cousins with each other. Wait. Why are they a little more romantic around each other compared to oh no, we made it worse. That and Toei had a bunch of males writing that focus of the comedy. All right. Meanwhile, I'm sure like the original mangaka were just looking at this, just being like, I didn't intend for this. I didn't want this. Why are you putting this on me? Why are you putting this on my work? I know how to write these characters. You don't. Stop it. Okay. We're making things. We're making all this nice and fluff. One thing to also to go over a little bit from the last thing we were doing, because we are still talking about Kamiko here. So one of the other things that I ended up doing, no kidding, in Naoko's manga, it's very dark. It has humor in them, but the male written characters have a lot of the comedy a lot. Now, the original mangaka was fuming when they saw the final arc of the 90s version, because 3 of the characters that transformed were male in the version, and she was like, no, only girls. You know what? I'd be upset with that too, because it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing to my work? Please stop that. But one thing to talk about, because basically to reiterate something that I was talking about during the last lore stream, to just to catch up some of you guys with so in an initial draft that I had for the Rise to Superior, I wanted to I ended up trying to come up with some kind of explanation for why Kamiko was able to just fight for long periods of time without needing to catch a rest, how he's able to just shrug off fatal blows and whatnot compared to other people. And initially the idea was that he was basically going to be a character where his body was already dead, and it was actually just being possessed by, a dragon, basically reanimating his body to make it seem like it was alive. The only reason I ended up changing that is because, it got a bit difficult to explain the motives behind it, the reason why the dragon would end up doing so. Oh, uh-oh, here comes an outbreak. Whoa, what the fuck?
Okay.
You guys are seeing this, right?
I'm seeing it.
Why is it doing that? It should not be doing that. The Wrath of the Pixels. They're hurting me.
Oh no, Kamiko's about to turn into 8 bits.
Oh no, he's entering the void. Hold on, I need to take a look. Is this just... Okay, so I can at least get rid of it. That's so weird. Why did that happen?
What?
Why did that suddenly happen? What?
They was on the wrong place, maybe?
Yeah, that's so weird. Hold on, let me... Okay, now it's not happening again.
What?
I was in fact attacked by Missing No. Kamiko, no. That was so weird. It's why did that happen? But explain SAI.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened? Welcome back for the ad break, guys. Kamiko was briefly attacked by Missing No. Man, that was just crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna put another shading layer here. Yeah, thank you for clipping that, because now people will know that I'm not crazy. Just a little unwell.
That's any better.
Yeah, I did get better. It's I fixed it. How did you fix it? I don't know. All I know is I fixed it. Oh yeah, that's a good texture for the... So, the third ad glitched, and now I'm watching 3 more ads. Oh, Jesus Christ. Twitch! Is that the reason Missing No attacked my stream? Is it because you glitched it? Stop that. Okay, welcome back, Crystal. Yeah, we were just briefly attacked by Missing No. So yeah, basically, so I wanted to, like, have, like, a better, like, explanation as to why, like, Kamiko was able to, like, do so many of his feats without needing to, like, take a break, without needing to take a rest and whatnot. And I just thought the idea that I had before just seemed like it was a little difficult to actually explain. Oh, Hien! Oh my god! Hien, thank you for the rate of 18. I am in the middle of my Lore-a-thon right now, where I'm talking about my OCs, key characters, stories, and lore and whatnot. So yeah, hello everyone, it's Realmores, PNG Tuber for Dominus Artwork. That's literally what we're doing for this entire month. As you can see on the left over there, that is going to be the schedule that we're doing for this entire month of the Lore-a-thon. So if you guys are curious about knowing of my characters and what it is I'm doing, by all means, feel free to stick around. Feel free to drop a follow if you want to as well, because once we reach 200 followers, I'm going to be holding an art raffle where I will be, whoever wins it will get a free drawing request of my character Kamiko, the guy that you see here, the guy that my avatar, the guy doing the emotes right now because I'm pressing buttons. You can request to have him fight whoever that you want as an art piece. But yeah, so Heaton, how was your stream? How are things? Because I know you were also doing stuff for Art Fight. We were both doing the art stuff. So how was that? Did you guys have a good time? And to the people coming into Heaton's stream, did you guys have a fun time with their stream? You better have. That's my friend I'm talking about. Hold on, let me get that. There we go. You also missed me getting attacked by Missing No, because holy shit, that was so weird. Luckily it was clipped, so, I'm not the crazy. Alright, but, it was indeed a good stream. That's good. So, to go back to what I was referring to when it came to, like, you know, okay, so what exactly do I do for, like, Kamiko's abilities and whatnot to, like, make like his abilities and feats a bit more on the coherent side of things. So the idea that I ended up coming up with was basically along a similar lines to things like, say, My Hero Academia's quirks, or even like Ruby's or how Ruby's semblances are. And basically is when I came up with the idea of superior traits. Basically abilities and skills that some characters in the Rise of Superior can have, which do differ from individual to individual. Because, like, one thing about the magic system in the Rise of Superior, a lot of characters in this, like, of course they can use, like, a lot of the similar type of spells as others. Like, there's a lot of characters that can shoot fire. There's a lot of characters who can use, like, electricity. Because, you know, elemental magic is just kind of a universal thing. So in order to get some kind of differentiation between, like, all the different kinds of characters and whatnot, that's when I came up with the superior traits, because I can actually make those more unique and, like, change up how certain characters can tend to approach fighting situations. For Kamiko, his superior trait is breathless. He does not require oxygen to breathe. Because typically, the reason why we as people tend to get exhausted after, like, say, maybe a long workout, or maybe just, you know, doing a lot of, like, moving around and whatnot, it's because our bodies literally require oxygen to do things. So, I was just sitting here like, you know what? How about, it's back again, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So, I basically just came up with the thought of, like, you know, oh, hey, if Kamiko doesn't require oxygen to do things, then that would be an explanation as to why he is able to move and do things, like, even beyond, like, typical, like, human limitations. Like, he doesn't have to stop to take a breath. He doesn't have to stop to, you don't have to see him sweat. And the explanation to how the ability works with Breathless is because, so, of course, like, how our bodies do end up functioning is that, you know, we obviously need oxygen flowing through us. And oftentimes the way that it ends up working is like it's because, you know, our blood flow. That's why when we run low on blood, it tends to kill us because we have nothing to carry that oxygen to our brains to make our organs function. For Kamiko's body, his aura does that. Like, his aura is actually what fuels his body to function. And because aura is constantly cycling and constantly moving, that's the reason why, like, his body is able to go far beyond typical human limitations, because he doesn't actually require the blood to carry anything throughout his body to function. The aura does that itself. And the other thing, too, that I'll also mention, because, like I said, aura is also, aura is like is basically like an MP system in the Rise to Superior, so, like, using magic is, using magic does require Kamiko to utilize aura. The thing is, his superior trait will actually stop him from using too much aura after some time. Because, like I mentioned, if he doesn't have enough aura, because, like, if he were to run too low on aura, then his superior trait would just stop functioning. So, it actually is made to be like, you know, okay, if you end up exerting too much aura, there's going to be a moment where it's going to stop. Otherwise, Breathless is just not going to be a thing. But yeah, that is something exclusive to Kamiko's abilities. That is something that only he is capable of doing in the Rise of Superior. No one else has an ability like him. Yeah, a failsafe. Yeah, exactly. It's a failsafe. So that way, like, Kamiko doesn't, like, overexert himself to the point where it's like he ends up having to go on like an oxygen withdrawal. Because fun fact, when you have like when you have adrenaline and it like tries to boost you past your limitations, the reason you end up getting so tired is because your body ends up going into oxygen debt. Which is why, like, you start breathing, like, super heavily once you're done with it, because you're now trying to catch up with all the oxygen that you just had to use up. But for Kamiko, no, it will stop him before it gets to that point, so that way he's not required to do that. Let's see. I need to get the proper one. Okay, there it is. But the other good thing when it comes to aura is that, again, in the Rise to Superior, when you aren't using aura for your magic, it does slowly recharge over time. It's part of the explanation for like some fight scenarios where you'll probably see like okay, so they're not using magic at this point, and that's because they're basically using that time to cool down, so their aura has time to like recharge and like get back to fighting conditions. So once eventually they do have the aura to spend again, they can just be like, okay, cool, back in action. Anyway, fireball! Okay, so that's on a different. It's on a different. Okay, there it is. Found it. Okay, there we go. No, I don't think anything else, really. Oh yeah, there's also this part. There's this small patch of green down here that I should be snagging. Yeah, right, so here we go. I'm just gonna... You know, I think just so I don't have to make another layer for it. There we go. Yeah, very nice. Very good. Exactly what we like to see. Actually, I think I'm gonna go back a little bit in there to touch up on Kamiko slightly, because I do want to get something on the fingernails. No, I want to go over there later. But yeah, Kamiko. Yeah, so yeah, Kamiko's superior trait. It literally makes him built different. It's like, why won't you get tired? I don't need to breathe. What? Now, granted, despite his superior trait, that does not make him immortal. Because one of the things about being a superior is that superiors cannot be immortal. That is like one of the things about them that differ. That's like one of the things about them. Like they can be extremely strong. They can be the strongest of their kind and whatnot. The one thing they can't be is immortal, because immortality is reserved specifically for godhood. But so yes, that does mean that Kamiko does have ways in which you are able to kill him. Like you can in fact behead him. That is one way to kill him, because even with his aura constantly cycling around him to keep his organs functioning, kind of hard to have the aura cycle to your head when it's no longer attached to your body. The other thing about him is that another way you can also kill him as well is that he also cannot survive without a soul. So if you are to, in fact, like, rip his soul out of his body, that can also do him in. Now, granted, he will absolutely fight you on it. He will fight to keep his soul. So that's actually something where, like, you got to be able to break his will in order to do so. But if you're able to do so, there he goes. Yeah, he's not immortal, but he is very hard to kill. Okay, yeah, there we go. Alright, now to start working on the sky. Because I want to make these look like actual clouds. Let me just take a look at this. Sometimes I need to refresh myself on like how to draw proper clouds. You know what? Sometimes the experimentation is fun. Because like I said, like I think this is like literally all I have to do, and then this image is just straight up done. So I don't mind messing around a little bit just to see, like, you know, okay, what can I get that I like? Brush. Spread. 50. Okay, I know it says to draw them white, but I don't want these I don't want these clouds to be white. It's supposed to be dank. Ooh, actually, yeah, there we go. I think I'll make it a bit bigger though. Might even make it a little better by putting a bit of gradient in the sky as well, just so it's not, just so that way it's just not one flat color. But let's see. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just trying to. Okay, now blend it. Blend it, frappe. Actually, what if I... Okay, no, that's not gonna do much. Yeah, if I bring down the opacity a little bit, that might That might do something. Oh no, hold on. I'm actually looking at the wrong thing. And then color it in with the brush. Okay. Let's go a little lighter. Actually, hold on. Let me actually change this up. Cause I just really want to try to get this right going here. And also make sure I save. Because God forbid I suddenly lose all this progress or I get attacked by Missing No again. Okay, let's... This isn't how I want to get the look. Okay. Yeah, let's never let that happen. Yeah, I would like it if Missing No did not attack me again. What is going on here? Oh, is that... Yeah, you can probably tell him there's just some of these brushes I'm not the most used to using. All right. Okay, so there we go. Hold on, don't want the brush to be too big. Okay, there we go. I almost had that happen to me during finals, and thankfully I saved my project from Missing No. Missing No, stop attacking our art projects. You bastard. Why do you keep doing this? That's your answer to everything. All right. All right, now to start blurring this. I don't want to blur too much of it. Actually, let me try applying the cloud texture now on this. No, hold on, I actually want a dark. How about cloud texture 1. Shade? Maybe if I blur like just some of the outer rims of it. Yeah, there we go. Let me go a bit more with it. See, guys, I think I'm liking what's happening. I think I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I think also just in general, let's see about this. Start blurring this. Let's see if I take the shade layer off. Okay, yeah, that's definitely better. That's definitely better. Yeah, last one looked a little too dark for my liking. And then... yeah, there we go. Nice dark sky. And now, finally, I think just for the last bit of touch-up, I actually don't want any. I don't want his parts of his eyes like getting in this. I want those to actually stick out. Oh yeah, there we go. I want to get rid of these around here. These, yeah, trust me, folks. We are almost done with this piece. I just want to do one more thing. I want to get a good majority of this selected. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. I think I'm gonna have to actually like select this manually. Okay, bag had to get the laundry in the dryer and clean the lint out. Now my nose is acting up. Oh no! I hope you have tissues. Yeah, but yeah, Crystal, we are actually almost done with this. I just want to do one final thing before we call it off. You know what? Perfect music to kick in. Love me some punishing Gray Ravens. Thank you, Maxor. Okay, there we go. Yeah. I do. I even got an extra one because I've been running out. Ooh. Yeah, sounds like you've been acting out quite a bit. Actually, I think I'd rather that be on. I think I'd actually rather that be on this side. Other than that, your art is coming along great. Thank you. I'm also very happy how it's coming out. This one I'm also gonna have to manually select too. It's fine though. Alright, now let's give this a shot. Oh, hold on. That's on the line layer itself. I don't want it on there. I'll erase just a little bit so it's not. Yeah, there we go. And I'll see about. Nope, let me get the blur here. Alright. It's looking good. I kind of want to make the armor a bit shinier, though, because Kamiko got nice metal armor.
It's gotta be so shiny.
Yeah. I'd rather be shiny. Kamiko enters Moana. It could too. It could happen. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's some nice shine. That's a nice gleam. I do have another luminosity layer. Let's see if I can. Let's see what happens if I Do shine within shine. I do it every time, guys. I cook every time. You can't stop me. I'm too powerful. Oh yeah, I'm especially liking how it's looking on the leg. That is very nice, very good. Let's get up. Whoa, hold up. Oh, that's the wrong line art. There we go. We want it here. Nope, that's the shade layer. I want lights. You know, give me a airbrush. Very nice, very good. Hey, hold on. Let's just blur this just a little bit. Actually, I'll just get rid of this. If I just... Very nice. Very nice. Get the sheen on the dragon emblem on there. Just add a bit of volume onto it. Yeah. This is coming on great. Let's get a bit of shading here, though. Nope. Actually, let's try this shading layer and see if that's... Okay, so it doesn't really do much different. Okay, that's fine. Maybe it'll be better if I... just resort to a blur. Okay, there we go. Much more standout-ish. Let's get the other elbow pad. No, let's get the other arm guard. Back to white, luminosity layer. Yeah, I think this is exactly how I want it looking. So, guys, how do you feel about Kamiko on Edge?
Standing tall and menacingly.
Standing here, he's
I'm
standing
standing
here.
here.
Yeah, again, because like I mentioned like at the beginning of the stream, like a big inspiration for this image is that like I would totally see this as like the main menu for like a title screen for a game, because you could totally have like the logo up here, then like a press start here. In fact, actually, let me see if I can. Pretty sure I have the. Pretty sure I should have the logo somewhere in these files. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there we go. Like, it would fit perfectly there. So yeah, we were able to actually finish this piece today, like I said that we would. So here's our boy Kamiko standing at the very edge. Again, if you wanna, I will be uploading yesterday's VOD and this VOD later on to YouTube if you want to like get some more insight onto the guy's character and whatnot. But like before we do get to the next one, if there's anything else that you guys want to ask about his character, you're more than welcome to do so while we're still on him. See this face? It demands questions. just gonna close out a couple of things. You know what? I agree, Twitter. Lucy is the prettiest. Oh, it's a Jonah. You're just in time. We finished the piece from yesterday. Like, look at this man stand tall.
Hello?
Hello.
What's up?
Well, like I said, I finished the piece from yesterday. Take a look.
Oh, nice.
He's standing there menacingly. Hey, you know what? Here's what I'll do to even further sell this. Damn it, you said it was transparent. Let's try this then. Damn it, you said it was transparent. There, now it is. Menacing, 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 menacing. There we go. Just looking at a few tweets and saw a bunch of shoujo animated getting remakes. Ooh, nice. But yeah, like if the before we move on to like the next piece of like which involves actually the next character that we'll be doing some stuff with. Just wondering, is there anything that you want to ask about this guy in particular before we end up moving on? You know, aside from the fact that he be menacing, the thing you can ask whatever you want about him too. Like you can it can be like any kind of character related question. You don't think so? Nothing you can think of? Okay. Okay. Whoop. Oh, there goes Jonah. He just got here.
I can't believe I'm missing no strikes again.
No! Damn you, missing no. Stop killing people. Can't keep doing this. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, sorry, my Discord just randomly froze and crashed.
Damn it. Missing no, you bastard.
Fucking
Hey, listen, it happens. Technology sometimes fails us.
yeah. Sometimes I wish it would stop failing us and actually, I don't know, do it.
Well, unfortunately, as long as technology is made by people, there's always going to be some issues that happen with it.
Yeah, probably because like of how much is being used or something.
Well, it's more so just the fact that humans aren't perfect, and so neither are the things that we make.
I see this one video where this puppy was crying and this cat comforts it by licking it and snuggling closer to it.
Oh, baby. Even Lance is like, believe me, I know. Yeah. All right, hello there, Lance. So, we finished the image here.
Oh, Lance.
Yep. Also, while you guys were away, I did also bring up like some other instances where Kamiko could cross over like other like properties. Like, all right, Street Fighter's announcing a new DLC character, Kamiko.
I mean, it kind of could work considering I do have him in Mugen still.
Yeah.
Damn, how long has it been since I've done that? Jesus.
And then he enters Tekken. And then is like, who taught the bear Kung Fu? Heihachi did. Why would Heihachi do that? Because it's Heihachi.
Also, why is this luchador somehow growling like a real leopard?
His name is King. Don't think too much about it.
Yeah, I know his name is King, but you do realize that leopard head is just a mask, right?
He's just very good at leopard growls. He's like Frank Welker.
I mean, true.
And then here's Brian, who is an undead martial artist.
An undead martial artist?
Yep. Tekken's got one of those. Oh, and here's Eliza. She's a vampire with narcolepsy. Hello there, Malik. You're just in time. We finished the art piece with Kamiko, and I'm just sitting by to see, if anyone has any other questions that they like, character related to Kamiko, feel free to answer it while he's still with us. Because after all, this is the Lore-a-thon. If there's things that you'd like to know about the character that I haven't already discussed about either yesterday or today, by all means, feel free to ask me about it.
No.
Yeah, here also could just get rid of this. But that is in fact the logo that I'm gonna be having for the Rise to Superior.
Neat.
Yeah. And here's also his reference sheets, full of things that he's capable of doing. Yeah, this is in fact our main character.
I think I have an idea of another universe, but I don't know how this would work with Overwatch.
I mean, he could go there. Because, I mean, Kamiko may not have guns, but he can still shoot fireballs, he can still shoot ice spears, he can still shoot lightning.
Yeah, he's got all these elemental powers.
Remind me again, what is Kamiko's journey again? I spelled their name correctly, right? Yes, you did. So, Kamiko is basically enlisted by the dragons to aid them in a war that between them and demons that has basically spanned across multiple different realms, multiple different universes. They basically enlisted Kamiko in order to train him to become a superior and eventually turn the tide of a war that they are losing to the demons.
Damn.
Yeah, boy's got a very big responsibility.
Indeed he does.
And partially what will end up making him a very effective superior is the fact that, so there are 8 primary elements in the Rise to Superior, and Kamiko can use all of them. He's fire, ice, electricity, earth, light, darkness, water, and wind. Now, granted, light and darkness, he doesn't get those at the start, but he does eventually, acquire these in his arsenal. And in terms of what he can do with these types of magic, as you can see here, he can do, different elemental breaths. Some of these can, some abilities, magic when he has them equipped can give him, special attributes. Electricity boosts his speed, earth increases his strength, wind makes him incredibly light, but also able to allow him to, jump off the air itself. So he technically can have infinite jumps as long as he has the aura to supply each of the jumps that he makes. He can turn parts of his body into water using water magic. So, he can actually Spider-Man swing by turning his arm into, a watery rope and just grab and swing onto stuff.
Cool.
He can use ice magic to turn his hands or fingers into blades, or with earth magic, he can cover cover entire parts of himself with rock. So basically, Scout's TF2 infinite jump exploit. Yeah, pretty much, except it's not an exploit, it's a feature. And then, yeah, and like, when he eventually does get light magic, one of the projectiles that he can fire at people are just basically crushed. No, us is made of light. The other thing that he can also do with light magic as well is that he can also heal himself. It's like there's purifying there's purifying light, and then there's healing light that he can use.
Oh, yeah, because light magic can technically heal people.
In fact, when he does have light magic equipped, one of the passives he gets from that is that he does get like a bit of a passive healing factor. It's not a fast one, but he can slowly heal his wounds with this.
Cool.
Yeah, and now he can actually make them heal faster, but he does need to like actually apply the light magic to that, which would end up actually costing Aura to use because he's forcing the light magic out. Yeah, that's what he looks like without the helmet. He got hair. He got head.
Without his armor.
Yep. And also, he cast Fireball!
I cast Fireball.
Yep. I cast... Fuck you! I'm not going to announce my fucking spells anymore! You're just gonna have to find out what they are when I cast them! And then, yeah, Rock Fist. I do like the Rock Fist. Well, I will be uploading this piece sometime a bit later, but for now, since we got a bit of time, and I said this is probably what we would end up doing for the remainder of the stream once we eventually get to it. Let's get a little bit of a head start on the next character that's going to be talked about tomorrow, and we'll talk about our duoragonist, that being Kamiko's friend Twilight.
Ah, yes. The possible love interest?
Yep. So yeah, this is the reason why so you guys probably did see me working a little bit on her reference sheet like some time ago, and it's mainly because I wanted to have her prepped for basically this. Can he point his fingers like a gun and shoot magic? Yes, he can. He can in fact pull a Yusuke Urameshi.
So basically just like Heavy's taunt.
Yeah.
Pow!
Yeah, pow! Ha ha! Yeah, and you know what? There actually is one more face that I do want to draw Twilight doing, because I think it would be a very funny face. Because, yeah, Twilight definitely has, like, a lot of different characteristics compared to Kamiko. Where, for one thing, Twilight actually is, like, kind of the brains. Like, she's much more on the smarter side of things. In fact, she actually does kind of, like, try to take herself up as, like, Kamiko's, like, tutor when they first end up meeting. Because she ends up realizing, oh, man, this guy ended up going through most of his life, like, not getting an education. That's, probably not a good thing. So, you know what? I'll take it upon myself to be his mentor and teach him some things and educate him in the academics. Because that's actually one of the things that she always wanted to be. She actually wanted to be a teacher.
Cool.
Yeah, she wanted to be a school teacher.
Well, she's getting her wish then.
Yep, she's getting her wish with Kamiko. But also, as I mentioned, like one of the biggest things that makes her like a vast different from all the other characters is that she no use magic. She just regular human because she's never actually trained or tapped into aura before. So again, the trope is what the trope I know is it's referred to is it's the badass normal. Want to try to get the iron going right here. The other thing I'll mention too, because it's like this was actually brought up in like yesterday's stream, where like someone was like, you know, oh, Kamiko would like makes like some kind of a sarcastic remark, because the thing is, that'd actually be more so Twilight's thing. Because Twilight can be a little sassy.
Huh.
Because, like, so I guess to bring back that question, because, like, yesterday, like, it was a question I was asked, like, how would Kamiko react to being called a doo-doo head? If you were to say that to Twilight, she'd probably just be looking at you, just being like, you know, I don't know what I should be more offended by. The fact that you called me a 5th grade insult, or the fact that shithead was just too smart for you.
Basically, it's like, what, you can't come up with a clever insult than doo-doo head?
Yeah, it's like, really? I'm only worth doo-doo head?
What, was bitch taken?
Yeah, yeah, again, was shithead just too smart for you?
Or are you too sensitive to say it?
Yeah. Yeah, like, Twilight may have a pretty face, but don't just take her as just that. Because she will stand on business. In fact, it's literally why I have this pose here. Because, like, yeah, Twilight do stand on business.
If looks could kill, she would kill you.
Yeah, oh no, ad break.
Fuck you, advertisement. Me don't like you.
Yes, I choose you. Looks like a cinnamon roll, but can kill ya, kind of thing. Yeah, pretty much. I'll wait for you guys to get back from the ad break to, like, get a bit further on her, because her fighting style is very interesting. But as for the face I wanted to do... cheeks may be looking a little too fat there. I don't want her having too fat cheeks. They're just supposed to be puffed up.
Yeah, because she'd be pissed.
Yep. Actually, hold on. I was just looking at a reference for something like that. Let me see. There we go. Thank you once again, Lucy Harphelia, for being a perfect wife. Nah, that head shape's not looking too right.
I don't know why, but I always find those puffed cheeks and expressions to be adorable.
Well, oh yeah, like they're basically, it's like that is kind of like the purpose of like some of those facial expressions. It's like they're looking really mad, but it's also like you're puffing your cheeks out. That's adorable.
Well, they're getting so flustered.
Yeah. Or just annoyed.
I remember, like, Amy making that face in one of the IDW comics when she was trying to look for Sonic, and Sonic's like, I know, that's kind of your thing, and she's like, no, not like that. I mean, I would always follow you anywhere if you only let me, but oh, you get me so flustered.
But anywho, welcome back from the ad break, guys. So, to talk a little bit about Twilight's fighting style. So, I was trying to find, like, a rather unique kind of, like, martial arts that, like, helps to really, like, allow for a character like Twilight to just adapt to different, different scenarios of needing to fight with people. Because, despite Twilight not having magic, I basically like to believe her to be, like... I like to basically see her as, like, the embodiment of people's ability of adapting. Like, you know, a human's ability to just adapt to multiple different situations. So, to do so, the fighting style that I had her pick up is one that is known as Bakufudo. And is basically a fighting style that incorporates multiple different other, like, fighting stances, like, you know, Way of the Tiger, you know, Way of the Tiger, some, like, Taekwondo, some karate. Like, it's a very versatile fighting style that borrows from a lot of pre-existing ones in order to create, like, a extremely versatile way of fighting or self-defense. And in terms of, like, where her skill level is at with it, she's actually a brown belt. She actually is a brown belt. It is the one belt closest to becoming a full black belt. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted to showcase in this instance that even though Twilight is skilled in the things that she does, she still has room for development. Like, she still has room to, like, grow and eventually become a master.
Right.
Yeah. Because visual storytelling can be fun.
Yeah, those are always fun to see.
Yeah.
Rather than just basically just telling you.
Yep.
Visual aid.
Yep. It's as they say, it's show don't tell.
Yeah, because sometimes it's just hard to believe when you just tell them.
Well, it's not so much that it's hard to believe when you just outright say it, but it's just more so that sometimes it can just come off as, like, the writer just doesn't trust the audience to just be able to, like, figure things out just through the visual aid.
Yeah.
It also sometimes just ends up coming off as nothing but fluff at times, because it's like, okay, so how do we extend the scene here in order to meet the runtime? I know. How about we just have the character just drop exposition? Hey, Brandon.
Hello, Brandon.
Hola.
She puff her cheek. She go,
Yep.
bitch. Yeah, how goes it? It goes good. It's we are now day 2 into the Lore-a-thon. And I did finish the piece with Kamiko a bit earlier than intended. So I decided, you know, since I still have some time before I really need to do anything else, I can actually get a bit work done on the character that we're going to be working on and talking about tomorrow, that being Twilight. Yeah, a person where it's like, you know, they 100% want the best of you. But if you do stupid things, but if you play stupid games with her, you win stupid prizes. In fact, I actually mentioned, like, later in the first book when Kamiko and Twilight actually do meet, and Twilight does, like, to basically just show a little bit of, like, how Kamiko can, like, have a very sweet and wholesome side to him, is that Twilight does, like, find herself, like, rambling on when, like, trying to, like, comfort Kamiko in, like, a rather low point in his life. And, like, she catches herself going on about it. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I've been rambling. I'll stop now. And then Kamiko's like, why? What do you mean, why? I mean, I think nice people should talk all the time.
Your story intrigues me.
Yep.
Please continue.
Yep. Well, it's not so much like in an instance where it's like, you know, he's intrigued by a, like, Twilight story. He just genuinely thinks that Twilight's a nice person. And he just wants to hear her keep talking.
That's how I normally just see people, like, who are like that.
Yeah.
Like, they're so intrigued by their story, they're just like, please continue.
Yep.
Or, like, go on.
Yep. Yeah, it's just one of those instances that really does show, like, Kamiko can, like, have a rather wholesome nature to him. And yeah, it does certainly catch Twilight off guard, because she's like, was not expecting to hear that.
Yeah.
Just don't piss off the nice people. They will send you to hell with their own two hands. Exactly. Like I mentioned, like, she wants the best of you. But if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Yep.
And the main reason, like, she especially, like, aspires to be, like, a teacher and a tutor is mainly just because she wants to be able to help the best of people, but she also knows, like, at the same time, like, school environments can be difficult for some people because, hey, bullying problems. So, like, she actually wants to, like, not only be a mentor who teaches, like, people, who, like, helps to educate people, but also wants to help with school environments to feel more comfortable with actually learning and being educated in, you know, actually doing things about the bullying problems rather than just facilities being like, we have an anti-bullying policy. We never enforce it, though. And anytime you try to report any of it to us, we just tell you, well, boys will be boys. Like, it's a girl that's picking on me. Oh, well, I'm sure they're just simply having fun and messing with you.
She literally was constantly kicking me from my own lunch.
Well, we didn't see it.
Then explain how I got this black eye.
That could have came from anything.
The torn clothes and this writing on my forehead that says I ate PP.
Why would you write that on yourself?
I didn't. She did.
Well, we didn't see it, so there's nothing we can do about it.
You are horrible at your job.
Yeah, Twilight wants to be like, yeah, nuts to that. I want to actually be able to stand in and do things for this. It's also part of the reason she ended up picking up martial arts, just to, like, for the cases where she does need to, like, incorporate self-defense.
Right.
Because, hey, one of the first things that happens to her is that she gets her shit stolen. And then she's chasing down the people who took her stuff. And then Kamiko tries to be a nice guy because he feels bad about her stuff getting stolen, tries to give it back, and then suddenly the people who stole her stuff are like, yeah, so we're not going to take too kindly to that, so we're going to start cutting up your face. And then Twilight's like, nope, and then beats the shit out of both of them.
Hey, bitch, you crazy if you think you're gonna do that. No, really, you crazy.
Yeah, you actually crazy.
You're like Beyonce cray.
Yeah, but like obviously, like as the story does end up progressing, the one instance where like you do see Twilight in a much more vulnerable state is like when the Shadow Realm does attack, because like, you know, she's used to being able to deal with like random guys on the street who think that they can take advantage of her, and like, oh, she's just a silly girl, we can beat her up. Why am I on the floor? Obviously, with the Shadow Realm, we're dealing with creatures from a completely different universe, so there she's just like, what do I do? I've never
How
seen,
am I supposed to hit these?
it's like, I've never seen these before. I don't even know what they do. Is punching them safe?
What do I fucking do?
But, you know, like, that just makes sense, though, because, like, you know, you just see something that you've never seen before, and you're just like, how do I deal with this? Is this a threat? If it's a threat, how do I get away from this? Can I run from it? Is it faster than me? But, like, through, like, Twilight's, like, actual, like, intelligence and ability to just deduce situations, it is something that she does grow a bit more adept to just, like, you know, I'm like, okay, so yeah, I can, in fact, fight these things. I just can't go at it as I would, like, a typical person would. Because they have different things to look out for. Twilight is the fighting game player who actually studies a matchup. Yay, this face is coming along pretty nicely. Let's get some more of the hair here. Now, one thing that I will also say too, like, Twilight has also gone through, like, some rather, like, a number of different kind of designs, strategists, huh? Yeah, well, because she has to be, because she's in a field where, yeah, she's just surrounded by so many things that either use magic or are just, like, super otherworldly, so she has to, like, work, like, twice or triple as hard as everyone else just to keep up with them. So she has to rely on that kind of strategy. In a way, it's very much like, it's very much like Joseph Joestar, where his hormone, especially in comparison to Jonathan, his hormone is relatively weak, and he's going up against like actual freaking deities. So in order to like be able to keep up with them, he has to resort to like different kind of tactics, either strategizing what he's gonna do, or, you know, he has to resort to trickery or sleight of hand. Which is what makes a lot of his fights so interesting, a part two of JoJo, because it's like, oh boy, he has to actually think about the fight. Which makes all the times where, like, he does come up with an interesting plan in order to duke out his opponent feel like the victory is all the more earned. Because, you know, hey, he actually thought about the fight, about what it is that he had to do. He thought about his opponent's weaknesses, how to exploit them, and he did so efficiently. Like, he isn't some anime characters where they're just constantly getting the crap beaten out of them, screaming to the sky about how they're never gonna give up until they win, and they just keep doing that until the plot says, okay, you can win now. That's stupid and boring and dumb, and no one likes that. Alright, so now that we got... But to talk a bit about, like, say, Twilight's design, she has gone through, like, quite a number of them. One of them, including, it was literally me just straight up taking Naminé's design. Like, just beat for beat, you know. Blondie, white dress. Like, it was just Naminé.
Well, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Did you forget it in Castle Oblivion?
What?
Sorry, did you go to Castle Oblivion and forget about it?
No. I'm just saying that's a name I haven't heard from in a long time.
Yeah. So then I decided to start trying to work on, you know what? How about we just not directly copy Naminé and actually give her her own thing? I get it. Arrest this man. I'm glad someone got the reference. So I decided to instead, you know, work on giving her a much more unique kind of design. So she wasn't just straight up a copy of Naminé. And then I was trying to and a part of that was just trying to spruce up her wardrobe a little. But then, good old friend Scarlet Otaku, very similar to how when Jordan gave his interpretation to Kamiko's armor design, Scarlet decided she wanted to make her own interpretation of how she thought Twilight would look like, and basically it's the design that I have been using. So you can in fact thank Scarlet Otaku for how Twilight is currently looking. Except for the hair. The hair is something that I ended up, like, trying to, spruce up sometime later, because I wanted her to have, like, a bit more of a unique hairstyle.
Nice.
I'd say the only real thing that I changed from Scarlet's, like, original design is that I instead just gave her a hoodie, rather than just, you know, a typical jacket. Which, by the way, I will also say, she does use that hoodie in combat. She does use it to blind people.
Trying to hide her identity?
No, not to hide her identity, but more so just like... basically, let me just put it like this. She'll take... let me just give an example of something that she could do. She'll just take it on and be like, Todo, ole! Basically, it's to obscure... it can be used to, like, obscure people's vision by, like, just, you know, throwing it in front of people. Or, something that she could also do is that... something that she will also, like, sometimes try to do is that... she can also, like, take her hoodie, and then, like, she can sometimes, like, use the sleeves to, like, ensnare people.
Oh.
Or, you know, sometimes, as a means of misdirection, she'll actually take off her hoodie and then she'll throw it out somewhere. Someone will be like, ha! Found you! Throws fireball. Nani? And then she'll just go out the other direction as they're distracted by the hoodie. Basically, Twilight's strongest weapon that she uses is, in fact, her own drip.
You can't take your drip.
Imagine getting beaten by somebody's drip. And there we go. Cheek got puffed cheek. Like,
She's pissed.
Yep. She's like, what the fuck?
What the hell, man?
Alright, so I'm gonna get a little bit of shading done on this part. And this is gonna be the only one that I do end up like giving shading to, because like typically for reference cheats, you don't wanna like shade. You don't really want to shade reference cheats. And the reason you don't is because sometimes when people are drawing your character, they'll think like the shading is actually just part of their design and, you know, not just shading or lighting or how the character is supposed to be looking.
Right, right.
But yeah, she does, but Twilight does very much care for Kamiko. She does in fact feel very sad for like the kind of life that he ended up being forced to live.
Oh.
In fact, the other thing too about Twilight as well was that like her compassion of just wanting to like help people who are constantly like put into like many different type of problems that they can't escape from. It actually does contribute to Kamiko's like own kind of morale, where it's like aside from just, you know, simply wanting to do good for people, he kind of adopts Twilight's way of thinking of how, hey, if I have the power to help people, I should do that. Yeah, you can also thank Twilight for Kamiko being such a good boy.
Nice.
Yeah. Why is Discord giving me a notification? Who's doing that? Stop that.
Stop that. Get some help.
Yeah, do the thing. Except don't do the thing. Please don't do the thing. And yeah, so, and now, so for Twilight's playlist, the reason why I have, like, some of the music selected for this is because the way that, I have Twilight's personality is that, you know, of course she has, like, a very welcoming, energetic side to her that just makes her easily likable, but I also chose some tracks here and there just to be like, you know, so yeah, when Twilight stands on business, you know she's gonna stand on business. So she's gonna have like some rather comforting songs just to like show like the kind of like warm environment that she gives off to people, but also some energetic tracks to just kind of show you still don't want to fuck with this. Like doing so would be bad for your health. Now, as for headcanon voices for Twilight, because I did give one for Kamiko last time. So for Kamiko, I stated that for him, it would be Lucian Dodge, and it would be like his, I'd imagine he would use his performance as Dust from Dusty and Elysian Tale for Kamiko. Like, I just think that's like the most fitting voice for him. For Twilight, 100% I would headcanon her voice to be Sharon Millet. Specifically, her voice for Lucy.
Hmm. Oh, there's a CC.
There's a kitty. Hey, Hey, Cece, welcome to the Lore-a-thon.
Yeah.
One on my lap, girl? There we go. Try to get comfy, girl. Yeah, there we go. Pet the kitty. Love the kitty. There we go. There we go. I think I also had some other headcanon voices for Twilight as well. If I just go back to the, if I go back to the debut screen, 'cause I know Jeremy Lay is like the biggest one. Like she's absolutely like the biggest one. Where it's like if I want to like a definitive person to cast as this character, 100% Jeremy Lay. But for other ones, if I had the choice, would definitely be Amelie. Those of you know her as the VTuber Monarch. Probably her voice for Marin, I think, would be very fitting. And, you know, Amelie's just very good at playing. I'd say, like, Amelie's just very good at playing these kind of characters. Just the kind of characters that absolutely are, like, the kind of, like, that exude that kind of, like, extrovert energy, where it's like, hey, I'm dragging you out to socialize, and you're gonna like it. And the other one would probably be Lizzie Freeman with using her voice for Yanfei. Admittedly, that one is a spiteful pick. If you know, you know. Hold on. Nope, I don't want to get that much of the face. Okay, there we go. And hello, Cece. How are you doing, girl? How's my precious kitty? Shade layer. Welcome back from the ad break, everyone. Just working a little bit more on the shading here whilst petting a kitty. So, my power went out earlier. How y'all doing? Oh, damn, that sucks to hear, Lance.
Oh shit.
Because we have some time left, I'm actually working on the character that we'll be discussing tomorrow, that being Twilight. Giving you guys a bit of an early taste of what she's essentially like as a character. Yeah, this is the badass normal I was talking about. The one who's I am a normal person in a world full of magic users. It's like, help me. Like, this shit be going crazy. And yeah, she do be fit too. And look, woman with abs. Retweet this to scare toxic masculinity.
Look at those abs.
Yeah. Again, retweet this to scare toxic masculinity. Because they fear women with muscles. They're cowards.
Has anyone ever heard of this news of this one guy who got so pissed off at Nintendo that he threatened to bomb them at one point?
Yep.
Well, they actually found the guy and arrested him.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know.
And his excuse for why he sent those death threats was because he kept losing too much in Splatoon.
Yeah, I heard about that. It's like, dude, touch fucking grass.
Yeah, I
Just don't
mean,
play the game.
I can understand Splatoon can be frustrating, especially when you have a losing streak, but threatening Nintendo with bombs? I mean, come on, not even Putz 12 would stoop that low.
It's like, just get good, you fucking loser. Skill issue. In fact, Twilight, what do you think? What do you think of this guy's actions? You know what? That's what I thought. Just. Like, that's exactly the face she makes. Yeah, there's one thing you do not want to mistake in Twilight for, is to think that she is do not ever think that she cannot get mean with people, because she 100% can. You give her a reason, and and she'll give you hands. Yeah, there we go. Because one thing that I do want to, like, I always try to make sure with Twilight is because it's like, while I do want her abs to be shown, I don't want them to be too thick. Because there's a difference between being buff and being toned, and the look I'm trying to get for Twilight is more specifically, I want her to look more toned.
Right.
So you don't want to make the muscles too thick.
Meow! That's
Meow.
why is a cat.
Oh. I have a kitty, though. I'm petting the kitty.
I am constantly petting my kitty.
Yeah. You always pet kitty when they're here. Actually, you know something I think would be, like, really funny that I could end up doing for Twilight? Later in the series, one of the ways that she ends up adapting to, like, some of these, ends up adapting, like, having to fight against demons. They have her trapped in a corner. She has nowhere else to go. She reaches underneath her hoodie, and suddenly, gun.
Here's my gun.
Yeah, it's yeah, like she just has like a concealed gun like on her back underneath her hoodie. It's like, we got you surrounded, human. What are you gonna do now? Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yeah, she's basically like, that's it. Here's my gun.
Yes. Literally the person who brings a gun to a wizard fight. Because as true as they say, when you have a universe where the power scaling is so ridiculous, the potential of a character just pulling out a gun just becomes so much funnier. It's like, welcome to Jujutsu Kaisen, where we have Jujutsu sorcerers with the most outlandish abilities, and then there's a guy with a gun. Yeah, look at her coming together. She's looking all nice and rounded off. Let's see though. Let's see what kind of layer. Because I don't know if I want to do shading layer for. Actually, no, shading layer works. Ah,
That is.
it's an Ardmon.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
No.
I'm drawing the.
How does it?
I'm drawing the lady.
A pretty lady. Whoa.
Yeah. One that can kick your ass.
One of the best kinds.
Yeah.
Oh man. So how y'all doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Could be better, but otherwise alright.
I
Understandable.
to fall asleep while I'm doing some watch.
For me, I'm just kind of. So I actually, for the past week or for the past couple of days, I should say, was organizing my room. Roxy was helping me out. I actually ended up having to empty out, or actually managed to empty out one of the shelves of mine. So now I have like an empty shelf because I took out all my manga and put it in one of the, because I threw out a bunch of old stuff I don't need. And I managed to make room for them. And yep.
That's good.
I'm pretty happy about that. Nothing like spring cleaning, even though the spring cleaning is being done after like 10 years of not doing anything. That's how long I don't.
Hey, listen, if Cadekers can do Bandicoot Month not in June.
Understandable.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I actually noticed even really like going at it with like pumping out a lot of these, drawing through theories too.
Well, I also got to make sure that I have enough stuff to do for an entire month.
Very understandable.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, how long have you actually been kind of like working up or building up the lore and everything for your series?
Oh, I want to say like ever since middle school.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a pretty big project.
Yeah, I've been working at it like for a very long time. See, the funny thing is though, is like I initially wanted to see like if I could get something published like way sooner than that, because during the time, one of my biggest inspirations for working on manga was Masashi Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto, and I ended up learning that he actually was able to publish a manga back when he was in 10th grade. And it's like, oh, well, if I can do something at that soon, then let's see if I can do something. And, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you underestimate your workload.
Yes.
It's like Dust and Elysian Tale. I'll get this game done in 3 months. 3 years later.
Oh yeah, didn't it take him longer than that though? Like over nearly 10 years?
For Dust and Elysian Tale? No, it actually took him like 3 years.
I actually remember, because I remember the guy that worked on that was also working on, I believe, stuff for the Dreamcast. That's how long ago we're talking about.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the guy who made Dust and Elysian Tale, like the indie Metroidvania that I did a playthrough of not that long ago.
Yeah, I know, because I remember, though I could be misremembering, because I remember, excuse me, the guy that that worked on it. I think he did stuff on the. Actually, let me go look that up because I remember reading something about the Dreamcast like being mentioned in the developments.
Yeah, because he was initially going to be making it into a movie until he ended up scrapping the movie and just started working on Dust, because he thought making a video game would be easier than animating a movie.
Huh. I mean, at least he made it into like one of the biggest hits like out there.
Oh yeah, he did. Like, it definitely still paid off.
It was one of those games that managed to like, I think it got ported to how many consoles now? Let me see, you got Switch, PS4, Xbox Live Arcade.
Yep.
PC, oh my god, like a lot of different,
yeah,
on iOS.
Yeah, cause I actually think like it used to be like an Xbox exclusive until they're just like, you know what, let's put this on other systems.
Oh yeah. Apparently, he was actually doing artwork and stuff for like the guy that he was doing stuff for Jackrabbit 2, I think.
Oh.
And it's kind of wild. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Like, that is very interesting, Dean Dojo. You are very interesting. I still need to work on my game concept one of these days. Well, I mean, now that you graduated from college, maybe you can maybe do some brainstorming on that.
Yeah, and I remember, because my friend, one of my friends, she actually got this. There was like an indie box, I think, for Dust and Elysian Tale. It had like a bunch of swag that was attached to it, like a plushie of Fidget, I think.
Oh, yep, I know what one you're talking about.
Wasn't there like stuff that was, if I remember correctly, yeah, there was like some stuff that got released, and it was, if memory serves me correctly, it was, What was it actually? I believe it was like clips from the movie's concept while he was still working on it. I think.
But yeah, like I think I've actually posted them in the Discord not some time ago when we found them.
I actually am surprised that like I'm actually surprised that like he basically I don't know, like yeah, that's the thing that always kind of like makes me like mind blown is how often like we find a lot of lost media, and it's just like wow, it surprises me like how much of that stuff is found out there, and it's just like wow. I don't, it leaves me speechless.
Yeah, it's like this could have been a real thing. I originally wanted to make Emerald Knights a TTRPG or VN or something before I realized it would work better as a comic. Actually, wait, a VN doesn't sound like a bad idea.
I mean, there's a lot less work done with visual novels.
Yeah.
Speaking of visual novels, you ever notice that a lot of furry games I've noticed, like I noticed a lot of them tend to usually be visual novels.
Well, I also think, like, I guess out of like a lot of like different type of game genres, I do think visual novels are like the easiest to program.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're like a writer, and I think if you have like stronger qualities in writing, it'd be a lot easier to make visual novels versus like, you know, writing, like coding and programming too. Because like there are programs where you can easily make visual novels and whatnot now.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, we even have like, I mean, we got stuff like Game Maker,
Yeah.
you know, RPG Maker.
Yeah. You know, like visual novels, point and clicks. In fact, that's like literally what got Telltale on the map, because they just make like really good like point and clicks.
If I remember correctly, weren't a lot of the people that were a part of Telltale like former like LucasArts team members?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What happened to them? Did they like? Because I heard some allegations that they either overworked their like employees because they were taking too many projects on.
It was a bit of that. It was them also just like struggling a lot financially to the point where I think for a while they did declare bankruptcy, but then like some kind of resurgence happened to where they did eventually come back, and they're like, oh hey, we're making stuff again.
Yeah. When I saw like that they were making The Wolf Among Us 2, I was like, wow. I mean, and I will say too, like, I love the you know, at least The Walking Dead, because I remember me and a couple friends of mine would like just talk about that game, and we'd play it. We'd really enjoy like the story that came from it too, because at least the first season, because season 1 was like amazing. I actually remember when I think it was Back to the Future, because there was that YouTube channel I used to watch back in the day called Awesome Video Games, or Video Games Awesome, I think they were called.
Yeah.
They used to do like sort of like AVGN style like videos, but like they were satirical like reviews, and then they went from that to streaming. And one of the videos that they talked about was, or one of the games they talked about, because they streamed it, was Back to the Future. And I was actually surprised to see Uh, actually was surprised to see, like, that they actually made a game based on it. I think I have the first episode on my PS3.
Very nice. Oh, also, just to piggyback on a question you asked on the last stream, I will also inform to you, Ard, because it is important to the plot. Yes, she does have cake.
Yo, she got the dumpy.
Yeah, she got the dumpy.
When I asked that question, dude, like, I was watching. I remember there was a video from Vinny, because I've been watching quite a bit of Vine Sauce for like a while, and he was doing those reactions to like commercials, and there was like this. I think it was a Hershey chocolate commercial that I think was like German or some. It was a European commercial, and it was like this dude singing, and they gave like these like sentient like anthropomorphic like chocolate bars like ass cheeks. And he's like, why dumpy? Why is it got a dumpy? And it just looks so funny.
It's important. It's important to the character.
Oh man.
How else are they supposed to release their chocolate chips to the world?
Yes.
What? Is that money? Get out and get the whistle. There we go. Yeah, now look like socks. I assume that this character having hips as wide as she is tall with with tits to match is essential to her character.
Of course,
It's funny though because
as they say,
yep,
I only watch it for the plot. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
you're good. I will say the funny thing though is that I didn't even try to make Twilight with that big of a chest. In fact, I think if anything, Riona's is bigger. And for her, it actually is intentional.
Oh my.
Well, it's also because Riona like adopts the kunoichi style of her getup, where she dresses provocative on purpose because it distracts male opponents.
Oh.
I figured I'd show somebody who's oh wait, never mind. I can't show video information, but my kitty Blackjack's on here right next to me.
Aww.
He's just kind of like chilling on the bed with me.
Baby.
He's either playing with the stuff on my bed, or he's just coming to like help me with my organization because of course he is. He's been very helpful whenever I've been trying to organize my room.
Kitty is helpful.
Yeah.
You see, guys, when we talk about Discord kittens, we mean it literally. We have cats.
And sometimes these cats can either be very helpful or really helpful.
Yep.
By that I mean like they just either bite your arm and hand when you're trying to do stuff.
Yeah.
That helps a lot.
It's like yes, thanks. It's like yes, thanks for standing directly in front of my screen, Cece. Because she does that.
It wouldn't be a cat if she didn't.
Yep. It's like, I am the center of your attention. Love only me. Let's see, if you want to get a bit of her necklace going on here. Nope. Alright. Oh, actually, just like that. Add the shine over here. Nope. Okay, that's better. I'll do the airbrush for the lights. There we go. Alright, ad break in progress. Oh no!
You know what's an ad that I would always get on when I'm on Twitch?
Yeah.
At least while I'm here in Kuwait, because like in America, I get more than like one ad, right? But like when I'm in here in Kuwait, like I get the one ad. It's this one ad that has Johnny Depp in it. I think it's advertising some watch, and I'm like, huh. Okay, I guess Twitch really likes Johnny Depp.
As they should. The shadow for the noise. Okay, there we go. Trying to thing. No, I don't want you selecting everything. I think I just want to... Let's get a little bit of the fingies.
Huh. Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm looking at my my shelf. You know, because obviously, you know, I cleared out my shelf earlier. I noticed I had an issue. I have a couple of issues of the Bone comic.
Ooh.
I think the ones I have are Out from Boneville and Tall Tales.
Oh, okay. So you have okay. So you have like the first book in the series, and then you have the epilogue.
Oh. Yeah. I basically got like those. I actually have also uh some of the. I actually have some like what are these? Oh yeah, Calvin and Hobbes, because I had like so. Oh yeah, because my mom had this thing at her school, where it would basically it was the Scholastic stuff.
Oh yeah, the book fairs.
Yeah, I remember getting the Bone comics from the Scholastic book fairs, which is actually kind of funny because I've heard recently that some of these book fairs had some criticisms because of some of the books that they chose not to sell versus what they chose to sell or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's the thing I don't think I'd want to get into. But yeah, like I remember getting a bunch of stuff. Like I got some Shonen Jump magazines from there. I got video games from like those book fairs too, because I remember they would give away games.
Oh yeah, that's actually how I got to play Croc 2, and it kept freezing on my PC.
Nice.
Also, hello there, Roxy.
Hi, Rock. Hey, hon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, Calvin and Hobbes is like is an amazing like comic book series.
It is.
The one thing I really love about it is just like the amazing art from Watterson. Like, because Bill Watterson knows how to like really illustrate those panels, and his use of colors is like absolutely stunning.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, did someone say bone? Hi. Yes, we did say bone. Okay, because, like, I don't know if I want to work on too much of this during the stream, because I do want to be able to have some things to do for tomorrow. And I think the only thing I really need to do was just, shade some of the facial expressions going on here, because a good chunk of this already is just kind of done as is. And yeah, I don't want to do too much, because I do want to, like, still have tomorrow be dedicated to this character. So I think this is where we're going to be cutting this off for now, and we'll be saving Twilight for tomorrow.
I know a character you could definitely draw.
Yeah.
Goku.
Hey guys, want to see
Goku.
Want to see how Goku fits in the lore of Rise of the Superior?
Yeah, put in Pikachu there too. Why not?
Yeah, put a
And
Pikachu
SpongeBob.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I just have Goku on the ground, just beating Goku Vegeta on the ground, just absolutely thrashed. It's like, God, was that? Did we fight Kamiko? Dude, that was Twilight. Alright, so yeah, tomorrow is definitely going to be, we're going to be focusing on getting Twilight stuff done, and then Thursday, we'll be able to spend a bit longer on another character, because we'll be heading into some Durgan territory, because we'll be starting with the first dragon, that being Chrome. But for now, okay, so we're going to do something interesting here. So, we're going to be doing what I like to refer to as a double raid. So, because there's quite a few of us that are going to be here, so here's what we're going to do. So, I want you guys to, at first, so we're not going to leave the Twitch stream just yet. Just open this up in a new tab. We're going to go to this video here, and we're going to type in the chat Realm Raid. Because this always gets a great reaction out of Ryan every time we do it. So yeah, so click that link, just go into his chat, type Realm Raid. Okay, I'll wait to see if you guys do start typing it up in his stream chat. Because yeah, then after this, then we actually will like raid out into somebody on Twitch. There we go.
I'll go ahead and switch over to
I was just wondering how to do online play, and when I was like, okay, I found it.
Wait a second.
Failed. We'll get them next time.
Oh my god! Oh, it's been a hot minute since I've received one of this from this mad lad from Realm Wars at twitch.tv/Realm Wars. Yo, what's up, Raiders? What's good?
Why I could be such a commentator, to be honest.
Did you like that little message I wrote there?
He's gonna draw Goku.
It's like, whoa, amazing,
I didn't promise that. I didn't promise I'd draw Goku. I was kidding.
Oh
I
my
was just
goodness,
kidding.
We're getting a rate of at least 5 people from the looks of this. Whoa, unbelievable. Coming in from twitch.tv/Realm Wars. Thank you all so much for the raid. Hope everyone had an amazing time watching Brian, the Realm Wars himself, doing some art for his story that is Rise to Superior. Thank you all so much for the raid. We're playing some Mario Party. Hope you all enjoy your...
I can't believe it. He's gonna ruin friendship with Mario Party. Alright, but as for now though, let's see here. You know what? Actually, I want to see how long they've actually been going for, because I don't want to be like raiding into them as they're about to end, because I did that last time. No, it seems like they're gonna be going for a while. So, you know what? We're gonna raid into Girly Wolf Pup. Well, actually, you know what? Actually, you know what? No, hold on. I think, you know what? No, instead, they're also doing some artwork. I think it might be more appropriate to raid into, Fairbanks. Because they're also doing some artwork. They're also doing some fun stuff here. And, the raid message shall be, just like the last time, the lore. Alright, so, as the usual stream rules go, when we raid into people, don't overpromote the stream, respect the streamer's rules, be sure to follow their content if you end up liking what they do. Fairbanks is an incredible artist. They are behind the infamous Death by Snoo Snoo animation that will never be able to escape them. And when we do raid into them, make sure you go to the URL to remove referred equals raid from the address, and then refresh the page to review actually counts. So until then, this has been Realm Wars. This has been day 2 of the Lore-a-thon. We shall continue onwards when we finish up Twilight's reference sheet and get a little bit more about her. So we shall see you guys next time.
Y'all have a good one.